Hello all, Alex here with the Wisconsin Computer Club. Welcome back to the shop. Apologies in advance. It's cold in Wisconsin again, and my furnace is now running all the time again, which is wonderful. Just wonderful. I have such great insulation. Today I want to talk a little bit about LincCon. LincCon is a kind of small-sized convention held up in Merrill, Wisconsin, and it's what I like to consider like kind of a local or regional convention. These little kind of pocket-sized shows. They're there for a weekend and then they tear down for the rest of the year. And how much fun they are and how important I feel these are for people to have as an experience that they can have in their local areas. So a little bit of history. LincCon is a fairly old show. This has been going on in Merrill for a very long time. It's been kind of a haven for people who are into either tabletop games or board games or video games to kind of coalesce and convene for a very long time now, at least a decade, I think more than that. But LincCon has been host to all sorts of gamers of all sorts and all kinds of systems of all sorts. So there's a fairly reliable group of people all gathered together at this. And it's like a big party, a weekend-long party where everybody kind of gets together and gets to play all these fun things together. And it's a great time. This was the second year the Wisconsin Computer Club was invited to take part. It was a ton of fun. We got to bring a lot of really cool hardware this year. The theme for the video game side was Doom, so we were able to help them accomplish this really impressive spread of Doom systems. So we had the original Doom juxtaposed against the modern 2016 Doom. So we had the remake and the original side by side on original hardware. It was very cool to see. We had pretty much every major iteration of Doom for the consoles, so people could play and compare from the really good to the not so good, looking at you 3DO. But the fact that you could basically go down the line and you could experience Doom across virtually its entire early history and all the various iterations that it had. And of course, there were a lot of other great systems there too. We had, obviously all the heavy hitters were out, a lot of the classics were out. They had Rock Band playing in the Rock Band Garage, which was a lot of fun. A lot of people really got a kick out of that. It's one of those games that most people just don't have set up at their house anymore. So being able to get out and play it, just one more time, once again, sort of thing, it's a big deal for people. People really do love this. And on top of that, they had a ton of tabletop stuff going on. I wasn't as involved in that, but they had a ton of great tabletop games. I know that a couple of the local stores had run actual tournaments and events, and I know that, people were having a wonderful time. They were crowded pretty much the entire event. And then, of course, there were some vendors, some local vendors that all came out to support it. There was video game stores. There was a couple of local kind of tabletop RPG stores that had stopped out. They had a big booth that way. There was a candy store, which was awesome. I really thought that was fun. We had a guy who was there making 3D printed stuff, which was awesome. I got a whole bunch of stuff from them. But yeah, it was a tremendous show. We had a great time. Pretty much nothing died on us, which is a first. Usually, even at our library shows, we'll have something, crash and burn. So to have something like this where we had an entire show go and everything pretty much worked as planned was huge. I was just delighted. So, that kind of was LincCon. It's fun to have a show like this where it is once a year everybody kind of gets together and it's not one of these huge shows where it's completely jam-packed with people or it's just, it's completely overwhelming. So this is it's a good way that, if you're not, willing or able to drive to say some really big show, you don't want to spend top dollar to get in or that kind of thing, but you still want to have that experience. You still want to be able to get together with your friends, or you want to get together with people kind of in your community who are into the same kind of things as you. And you get to see a lot of cool things, you get to play with a lot of cool things, and you get to have these good experiences, but it's not socially overwhelming and it's not financially demanding, and you don't have to travel. There's no hotels really if you're in the area there. And overall, it was a great time. So, I wish more places did more shows like LincCon. I think LincCon is a tremendous example for others to follow. Obviously, bigger cons are great, and I would not say, we need more big cons too. I love major conventions as well, but to have these little cons that pop up and really fill this specialized niche, there don't seem to be a lot of them, but the ones that do exist, they're so wonderful and they are so important, and it is an absolute delight to be able to be a part of that. So, once again, LincCon was a huge success. I would hope that if you are able to make it to Merrill next fall, it's going to be in fall again, and we will have a great spread and a great time. So, hope to see you there. But that is about it. I think I've gushed enough about LincCon for the moment. Next, we're on to EverCon. EverCon is going to be in the spring, and that's going to be LincCon, but times 10-ish in terms of attendance and stuff on display. So more of the same good stuff, just bigger, more of it. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the stream. So I'm at LincCon, and something astonishing has happened. We set up all these computer games all along the back wall, and they're all still working, which is incredible. So this is the first time that's ever happened.